Yo, so EU. So first look at EU. Alright, so that M formed, then that W, which is an ugly W, but this ugly W formed, and I think it's headed up here to this resistance zone. Actually probably gonna break past it because they keep hitting that same resistance. So more than likely it's gonna break through this resistance zone here and then finally come back down. The RSI do look like an M, but I honestly think this is a fake out and it's going to continue up. Looking at the daily, so yeah, looking at the daily, it's definitely probably going to hit that zone again and come back down to the 9, which the purple line is my 9 EMA. Go look at the weekly. So the weekly looks like it's actually going to form a huge M. So this is why I think it's going to actually break above this resistance, which I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. It could form an ugly M, like the perfect M for me work for it to come up here to the 1.22460 on the weekly and then retrace really hard. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, even the MAs are looking like an M, so I'm thinking this got a little bit more room to go up and then come down, and that's on EU. Okay, let's look at AU, and this is my demo account KOT, but I still like doing breakdowns. So let's do AU on the weekly. Let's actually go to the monthly first. So let's see where it's headed. So this is definitely above. This is closing above the 200 here on AU. So this might continue to go up and continue in this upward trend. Let's see. So the actual trend for EU for last couple of years has been going in a downward trend. As you guys can tell, the 200 was above, but this has been going down and it's finally closing above the 200. So if it does close above the 200 at the end of the month, AU is headed to the stars and the moon, y'all. But let's look at it smaller time frame wise. So let's go weekly. Looks like it's about to bounce off this 9. It has been respecting the 20 though, so it looks like it's been breaking this 9 and headed to the 20. So AU is probably headed down to this 20 here for the week and then bounce up and then continue its upward direction. Sorry, y'all. I hate when I'm doing videos and that kind of stuff happens. Sorry. Anyway, so now let's go to the daily. So yeah, the daily, same deal. Look like it's bouncing off this 50s, respecting the 50s. Just going to continue up. So I'll be looking for a buy soon on this. And yeah, okay, so yeah, it's right here at that 200. And then this is support zone here. So more than likely, this might break a little bit under support. RSI might hit these levels here and then continue up. Okay, let's go USDCAD. USDCAD's been playing, y'all. So it has really been respecting the 50. Okay, this is the reason why I was afraid to place a buy last week, because I didn't know when it's going to come up. It did break that support zone, came down to this zone, and then finally shot up. Okay, RSI was really low, as you can tell, and it gradually shot up, but it wasn't like a straight direction up. Okay, but overall, USDCAD is in a downward trend. Okay, I really don't have to look at it on the higher time frames because I know it's been going down for a long time. So we zoom out here on UCAD, it's been going down for at least, was it about 2 years, 3 years? So hit this zone up here, which what I can do, I can actually move this up here. This would be the actual resistance zone. You see how far that price action is? So that is really far. And these EMAs are crossing down, okay? They're all crossing down. So this is more than likely going to break this 200. So that's the fear of placing a buy on UCAD, okay? So if you do place a buy, don't hold it long. Okay, let's go to UJ. UJ on a monthly look like it's respecting this. And these EMAs, these EMAs actually are going up. So sorry about that. Like it's actually going up. So it look like it's going to come down to this 50 and then head up in this direction. Let me see, zoom out. It is above the 200, so this is overall upward trend, but it looked like it's been consolidated. Okay, so that's just something to look for. I'm really not going to trade this pair, but I just want to do a quick breakdown on that. Like I said, I highly recommend to look at the monthly so you can get a big picture, because looking at one of my favorite pairs, which is GJ, so this overall lets me know that this right here is headed up to this 200 EMA. Okay, so that's one big thing to keep in mind whenever you're trading GJ. If you do get in for a sell, which will only be a retrace, this is headed to that 200 EMA, and our price action is 156.515. Okay, so you go to the weekly. Hey, y'all have a great day. You go to the weekly. Look like it is rejecting off this zone here that I have drawn out, my resistance. So me and my guy Chad, we're thinking this is going to come down to this 9 EMA, and this is probably, have a good day, love you, bye. This is probably a good buy limit right here. Okay, but let's go look at the daily. So it look like it is rejecting. Okay, look like it is trying to reject. So it's probably going to reject on the daily to this 9 and then go up, because it looked like it's been respecting, and actually might break the 9 to come down to the 20. So this is probably what my guy Chad was looking at, and I can see that happening because it is so far away. It always come back down and try to touch these 9 EMAs. So this is probably a good buy limit right here in this zone. So it might not even actually trade it till next week. And then let's look at the H4. Look at the H4. So H4 definitely broke the 20 now. It's probably headed down to the 50. Okay. So this is like it's going to be a huge, ugly M. I don't know what news is out, so this might have something to do with the news, why it's acting crazy like this. And it is 7:15, so ain't no telling, y'all. Ain't no telling. Go to H1 on this one. So yeah, this is probably headed down to the support zone here. Okay, and it is a Monday. This is trap Monday. Okay. But then let's go to US 30 now. US 30. So US 30, let's start with the monthly first. Let's do a full breakdown. Let's start with the monthly first. Okay. I don't even know what this zone is. Let's just delete it. So US 30 is headed up here. Okay. If it's actually, it's already hit that zone. And the news is going to have a lot to do with the way this moves. But RSI is really high. Like I said, I really would be afraid to place a sell on this, because this does need to retrace back down to the 9, looking at the monthly, looking at the weekly. So it's already retracing down. So a good buy limit, it would be right here. Okay. Once it touches this 9, looking at the daily, it looks like the daily, like I said, it's going to come down to maybe about here. So let's see where it is on a weekly. Hold on. So if I was a betting man, which I am, let's see. On the weekly, this is where I was at a buy limit. And let's go look at the monthly. Not the monthly, the daily. So yeah, that's probably a good buy limit. And actually, really, if you want to just be even more safe, I'd be about right here. Because what normally happens to the left happens to the right. So this might continue to go down. Okay. And even looking at the RSI on the daily, this actually looks like a W, a pretty W on the RSI. So this could come down here and then shoot back up. That's what I'm thinking on US 30. Let's look at SPX 500. They kind of look similar, okay, looking at the daily. RSI looks the same. So same deal. I would definitely place a buy once it hits this zone, or a buy limit, or a small one, just to see what it's going to do. Because like I said, what normally happens to the left happens to the right. And honestly, it's been bouncing off this 50 EMA. Like it'll break you a little bit and then head back up. Okay, that's on SPX 500. Let's look at the NAS 100. So NAS 100, man, has been dropping, and we say this is support, but I think this is the true support down here. And see, now that I'm looking out, I'm looking at this right quick. Let me see. This actually, you can see the 200 in sight right here. Okay, so that's a bad sign. This could honestly come back down. It looked like it's already shooting down, spiking down. You see that wick right here on that 50. Okay. And the 9 crossed to 20. The 20 is about to cross to 50. So all these EMAs are going to cross on NAS 100. So NAS 100 more than likely is going to continue to come down, at least to the support zone here. And then this 200 is going to be trying to come up here and touch. So that's something to watch on NAS. I would only sell on NAS right now unless some big news hit and do a trend reversal. Okay. Let's look at the weekly. So the weekly. So yeah, the weekly's been kind of respecting the 20. Like it'll wick out at the 20, and this is probably probably right in here will probably be a good buy limit. Probably really good buy limit right in here. Looking at the weekly, because every time it breaks that 20, like it'll wick out. Look like it'll wick out here, and then it'll continue going up in this upward direction. But this looks like an ugly M that's trying to form. So I can see this coming down here to this support zone here. Maybe a little bit further down, probably about right here, real close to that 50. So this is probably a good buy limit here on NAS 100 just to be safe. Like, if you do set a buy limit, I would definitely set a penny buy limit on NAS 100, which we all know a penny can cook you as well. But you can follow it up with a bigger buy limit, 20 to 30 pips underneath where you placed it. Okay, so let's look at the H4. So yeah, this is definitely going to head down. RSI, every time it hits these zones, it looks like it's been shooting down. Okay. But anyways, that's all I got for you. I'm gonna make this video too long. That's what I'm thinking on the breakdowns on the currencies this week. I'm gonna really be watching EU and GJ. Okay, those are the ones I'm looking at this week, EU and GJ. But other than that, y'all have a great week, and let's catch some pips, because we catching pips, not feelings. Let's go.